If you've got a pension, you're in a small and very lucky group. Less than 20% of American workers have one today. That means that most retirement advice that you see, even from big name experts, might not apply to you. Today, we're gonna go deep into the 5 things that every pension holder needs to know to retire with confidence and stay retired without worry. My name is Brad Lineberger, certified financial planner and founder of Seaside Wealth Management. Let's talk about inflation, the silent pension killer. A pension is a steady, guaranteed income for life. It's a powerful tool and it can act as an income floor. But many pensions don't increase with inflation. So here's what that means in real life. Let's say that you get $50,000 a year from your pension. If inflation averages just 3%, in 20 years, that $50,000 will buy what only $30,000 buys today. And I've seen this play out. Mike and Amy, both 60, ready to retire in 2 years. They want to live on $7,000 a month. They had $5,000 in Social Security, $3,000 in pension income, and $750,000 in savings. Their plan looked great. 86% probability of success. But when we modeled their pension without the inflation rider, it dropped dramatically. And if inflation runs higher than expected, their plan could fail. So the takeaway is, if your pension doesn't have inflation protection, or you're not sure, you need to create it another way. And that could mean delaying Social Security, investing for more growth, or creating income streams that adjust for inflation. The second thing is that tax planning looks very different with a pension. Many retirees are told that they're gonna be in a lower tax bracket once they stop working and they retire. But for pension holders, that's often not true. Why? Because your income might come from Social Security, pension, and then required minimum distributions kick in from your IRAs and your 401ks at 73 or 75, depending on your birthday. And all of that can push you into a higher tax bracket than when you're working. Imagine that, paying more in taxes in retirement than when you were actually working. So one of our go-to strategies here is Roth conversions. It's shifting money from a traditional IRA into a Roth IRA now, paying today's known tax rates and letting that money grow for you tax-free for life. This is especially valuable if your pension means that you don't need to touch your investments early in retirement, because that can lead to much bigger RMDs later. Of course, we need to watch out for Medicare premium increases thanks to IRMA, Social Security taxation, and also your long-term tax picture. So it's really important to do multi-year tax projections to help you model this out and create a plan. Ask your CPA or your financial advisor to help. And if they can't, or you don't have one, get in touch with me and I'm happy to help you do it. I've worked with several clients who, by implementing strategic Roth conversions during the gap years, and those are the years between when you retire and when required minimum distributions kick on, by doing strategic conversions, if you can maximize the 12% tax bracket and do conversions right there, I've literally seen people save hundreds and thousands of dollars when it comes to taxes, ultimately leading to more money in their investment portfolio because there's less tax drag, less money getting taken out to pay Uncle Sam. So Roth conversions can be very effective for you. And the third one is survivor benefits. So if you're married, this is huge. Choosing a survivor benefit for your pension is one of the most important retirement decisions that you'll make. Most pensions give you options. The 100% survivor benefit for your spouse, but a lower payout now, 75% benefit, 50% benefit, or other percentages, sometimes lump sums or guaranteed periods. You need to think about the costs. If you're giving up $500 a month for 30 years, that's $180,000 in insurance for your spouse. Could that $180,000 be used another way? Invested, used for life insurance, or maybe even to fund Roth conversions. Sometimes taking the survivor benefit makes perfect sense, especially if your spouse depends heavily on it, or there's a big age gap, or you don't have significant assets saved up. But this decision can swing your retirement numbers more than almost anything else. Run the scenarios before you lock it in. Number 4, tailor your investments to your pension. One of the biggest mistakes that pension holders make is investing like everyone else. You're not like everyone else. Your pension is an income stream, and that means you can leave your investments alone for longer, which gives you the ability to take on a little more market risk if it makes sense. Mike and Amy's plan, which was shaky without the inflation rider, improved dramatically when we tilted their portfolio a bit more towards growth. Equities tend to beat inflation over the long run, which helps protect your purchasing power. And I'm not saying go all in on risky stocks. You still need liquidity and you need safety, but your pension might allow you to lean a little more into growth than the average retiree. Number 5, coordinate your pension with Social Security. This is where a lot of people miss an opportunity. Your pension affects the optimal time to start Social Security. Because your pension provides steady income, you might be able to delay Social Security all the way until 70, locking in a benefit that's up to 76% higher than if you started it at 62. And that higher Social Security benefit is inflation adjusted, and it's adjusted for life. So if your pension doesn't have an inflation rider, delaying Social Security is one of the best ways to offset that risk. Also, there's new legislation that was passed in 2025 that eliminated the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. So now your Social Security benefit is no longer reduced because of your pension income. If you've got a pension, it's an incredible asset, but only if you coordinate it with everything else. Here's your 5-step checklist. Number 1, check in and see if you have an inflation rider. If not, build in inflation protection another way. Number 2, look at Roth conversions. Model the numbers and then make a great decision. Number 3, compare your survivor benefit options with other ways to protect your spouse. Number 4, make sure your investments match your pension. And number 5, take your Social Security with your pension in mind. When you get all these pieces working together, your pension could be worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars over your lifetime. And if you want to know exactly how Roth conversions work, I've got a full breakdown that you can watch next.